life was sailing along for me pretty good for about the first 48 years. And then what the heck is happening? Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Renee. This is Welcome to My Curls. I am 51 years old. I'm in perimenopause, I think, and we're going to talk about that in today's video. I've done several videos that are on my channel about my female issues that have just came up out of nowhere since I turned about 48. Heavy bleeding. I have a uterine fibroid. I had to get a blood transfusion. If you want to know all the details on all of those things, I will link those videos in the description box below this video so that you can go back and get caught up. But this video today is what's going to be happening now. Some things have been going on the past 4 or 5 months. I have learned some new things. I have some new products that I am using and loving, and lots of information for you. So let's get into it. So as I said, once I turned about 48 and a half, my periods, which had always been normal and regular, I had a period every 4 weeks. It lasted exactly 5 days. It was, pretty light to moderate bleeding. I never had cramps. I just never had issues. I turned 48 and a half, and weird things started happening. My periods got heavy. I noticed that one day out of every month, and it was not when I was on my period, it was like mid-month, I would just be super irritated by everybody and everything. And so I've just learned to accept that and adapt to it, and I knew it was me. Well, as time went on, I started having leg cramps and weird cramps and like a pain in my side. And as you all know from previous videos, last year my iron level tanked. I had to have a blood transfusion and get 2 emergency units of blood because my doctor thought I was dying. And now I'm all better. Things are fine. My iron levels are fantastic. But I did a video about 5 months ago now, and I'll link it right up here. I had just been to my gynecologist. It had been confirmed that yes, I do have a uterine fibroid. I did the ultrasound. There was a fibroid. I went to my gynecologist to get the results, and she attributes that fibroid to my very heavy, excessive bleeding. And I mean excessive. Like to the point that I could not leave my house 1 to 2 days a week. To the point that I was changing a tampon every hour, literally for 48 hours sometimes, because I could not control the bleeding. And in that video, I told you that I had discovered a couple things. I had started taking vitamin K2. I'll tell you, since I've been taking this for 5 months, my uterine fibroid no longer hurts me. I don't feel it. I don't feel the pressure. I can touch there. I feel no pain at all. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional, but when I went to my gynecologist and I showed her the K2 and I told her what was going on, I'd only been on it for like 2 weeks, I think, when I had that appointment with her. She said, "You're good to go. I'm only taking 100 mcgs a day." She said that level is fine. Keep doing it. I'll see you in the fall and we'll just reassess. I take one of these every single day, 21 days a month. I do not take it when I'm on my period. Why? I don't know. But in all of my research, it said, don't take it when you're on your period. So I don't. And I'll tell you, my fibroid feels fantastic. Now, I will see my gynecologist for my annual checkup 2 months from now, so I'll update you all if anything's changed. But as of right now, my fibroid pain issue, the discomfort issue is gone. Has it shrunk in size? I don't know. I haven't done another ultrasound. I don't care. All I know is it is no longer painful, which is yay. The next thing that I discovered after I filmed that previous video, because of you all, thank you to you all for leaving so many comments on that earlier video about me trying a menstrual disc. I tried it. It didn't work. I hated it. You all went into the comments and literally blew up my comments telling me, try a menstrual cup. Try a menstrual cup. Y'all, I had never used a menstrual cup. And because of you all, I tried a menstrual cup. Life-changing. Seriously life-changing. I wish I had known about this when I was 30. And that is where the sponsor of today's video comes into play. I want to thank the More Cup menstrual cup for sponsoring this video and literally changing my life. I can now handle my daily life when I'm on my period, and it is all because of this More Cup. The More Cup is the world's first self-customizable menstrual cup, and it arrives to you in this silicone, kind of a hard little shell. Let me pop it out of here. And it looks like this. Yes, I'm showing you my menstrual cup. Should I be embarrassed? I kind of maybe feel like I should be, but no, here it is. The More Cup has provided me with the perfect fit. I lead an active lifestyle. You all know this. And since I started wearing the menstrual cup, my life has not slowed down. I do not have to stay home. I fully trust that this menstrual cup will work and will not leak. And I will tell you, if you saw the video where I went to visit my daughter in Milwaukee for 4 days, and I told you in the video I started my period, I am so confident in the More Cup that I wore white pants out to dinner on day 2 of my period. Super heavy bleeding. I was using my More Cup, and yes, girl, I wore white pants to dinner. That is how much I have come to know and trust my More Cup. The More Cup is made of eco-friendly material. It's made from 100% medical grade silicone, and it is designed to last up to 12 hours depending on how heavy your flow is. When I'm wearing the More Cup and I'm like super heavy flow for those 2 days where I used to fill up 1 super tampon every hour, this More Cup now gives me 3 to 4 hours. And what is so unique about the More Cup is it is self-customizable. And you're thinking, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. Do you see these little rings up here? The More Cup arrives with a little tool. And once you have used it, and if you realize you don't need this depth, you don't need to hold that much volume, or you don't need this much width for it to properly fit you, this little tool allows you to cut down the rings to customize it for your body and your needs. The More Cup is so easy to clean. They provide you this little brush because there are little teeny holes that you probably can't even see. The holes provide the suction in your body, so you want to clean them out with this little brush. You can just simply rinse it with hot water, or you can boil it in hot water, which is what I do when my period is over. I boil it, it is sterile, it is sanitized, and then I store it in this container for the rest of the month. So let's talk about a menstrual cup and why this has literally changed my life. I just didn't know that a menstrual cup could do what it does. I just thought it was a unique little gadget that, oh well, it's not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna try that. I'm set in my ways. I'm 51, I'm just gonna use a tampon and I'll start menopause and my period will stop and that'll be that. And oh, how wrong I was. If you are not familiar, let's get intimate, intimately familiar with how a menstrual cup works, I am going to explain it to you. And if you are a gal that still gets her period, and it doesn't matter if your period is super heavy like mine, moderate, or light, a menstrual cup can work for anybody. If you don't have a period anymore, tell your daughter about a menstrual cup. Tell your granddaughter about a menstrual cup. It is amazing to me, since I have been using a menstrual cup, when I take the cup out of my body, to actually look down and see how much I have bled. When you use a tampon, the tampon soaks up the blood. You really can't see it. So you really don't know how much you're bleeding. Oh, but when you use a menstrual cup, you absolutely know how much you're bleeding because you can look at it and you're going to dump that sucker out in the toilet. So it has been eye-opening because on my heavy days, I will fill this up every couple of hours, and this is over an ounce. Just do the math. But to use a menstrual cup, all you do is fold it, put your thumb on it, fold it in half, just like this. Got to get your hands down in there, ladies. It is not like a tampon. You are going to put this folded menstrual cup up inside, and it is going to go literally just like that. When you push this up inside you and the cup pops open, I actually hear, but that's what you want to hear. That is how you know that it is fully popped open. The little holes on the side are providing the appropriate suction so that the menstrual cup is stuck inside you and it is not going to leak. If you don't hear that, or if I don't hear it, I know something's not right. I can reach up inside there. See how there's little grips on the bottom of this? Little lines. I can get it and I can give it a little twist, or grab a hold of the stem and give it a little pull just to kind of like move it around until I hear the, and then I know it is not going anywhere. The only time I ever even see an ounce of blood, which would be a leak, is when my cup is full and I know it's time to change it. How do I know when my cup is full? If I go to the bathroom to just simply pee, and as soon as I sit down and I start peeing, so my body relaxes, I will feel sort of a gush of air coming from where the menstrual cup is. It's because the menstrual cup is full, the seal between you and the cup is broken, and the blood is on the outside. And so it allows, when I relax to pee, it allows some blood to come through. So it's hard to describe, but it's just a feeling. It's just I feel it, and I'm like, oh, my cup's full. And so you got to put your 2 fingers up in there, get a hold of the stem, and it is not way up in there. The bottom of the stem for me is barely inside of the vagina. It doesn't hang out. I feel nothing, absolutely nothing, but I'm able to just reach up in there, get a hold of the stem, pull it just a little bit, but then I want to grab a hold of the bottom of this menstrual cup. I want to squeeze it to fully break the seal and then pull it out. And whatever's inside, I dump in the toilet. And if I'm home, I will get up and go to the sink. I will rinse the menstrual cup out with hot water, fold it back in half, and in it goes. If you are out in public though, it's a little bit of a different situation. You don't have access to a sink. So if you're in a bathroom stall or something like that, no big deal. All you do is dump it out. I take a little tissue and just kind of clean out the inside, and then you just fold it and insert it and go about your business. Y'all, I'm telling you, I've been using this for 5 months, and I can go in the bathroom, take my menstrual cup out, empty it, put it back in, wash my hands, and be out of that bathroom in like 90 seconds. I have got a system and I am so good at it now. And I want to thank the More Cup Menstrual Cup for sponsoring this video. The More Cup is available on Amazon. That's where I got mine. There is a link in the description box below this video, and some other great facts about the More Cup and menstrual cups in general. I no longer have to buy tampons, expensive products. I am no longer relying on a panty liner. I've completely stopped wearing panty liners because when I wore a tampon, I did not know when it was going to get full, and I used the panty liner as a safety net so that when it overflowed, I had time to get to the bathroom. Just think about this. You buy the More Cup one time. It can last you for years and years, compared to the cost of buying tampons and panty liners every single month. And not to mention, every time I left the house, my purse was full of tampons. It was full of panty liners. Now I leave the house, my purse is empty. My menstrual cup is inside me. I don't have to carry around any of this stuff, and it is fantastic. It is a great, freeing feeling to know I can just walk out the door. I don't have to think about any of that stuff. But thanks for joining me in the video. Thank you so much for having this girl talk. Thank you to all of the women that commented on my previous video and told me to try a menstrual cup. The More Cup reached out to me because of that video, and here I am today telling you how much the More Cup menstrual cup has changed my life. So I urge you all to try it. So I'm gonna head out. I have a busy day ahead of me, lots of things to do, but guess what? I'm on my period, and it's not gonna slow me down. Have a good day, y'all. I'll see you later.